In this video, I'm going to show you how to never lose a game in Clan Wars ever again. With these 4 decks, you will almost always have matchup advantage if you play them correctly, and they're all 4 great decks that are used in top ladder. You can use all 4 of them in one Clan War. But before we get into this video, let me go ahead and tell you guys that 96% of you are not subscribed to the channel that watch. 96%. Now imagine if all of you subscribed right now, we would easily hit the goal of May, which was 300 subscribers, and we're almost already there because you guys are insane. So I appreciate you guys so much, but please, once again, subscribe and let's get this channel booming. Now back to the video. Now in Clan Wars, you will always have a duel that you should be doing because duels will get you the most medals for your clan, and then there'll be an extra event which is going to be specified for these extra decks that I'm going to be giving you. And I will be showing you 4 decks that you could use if you have champions and an alternative if you do not have champions. First, let's start off with the 2 decks that I highly recommend for duel. The first one is going to be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam because P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam is very good, and there's not too many counters to this deck. This deck is very strong and does not ever have that bad of a matchup that is impossible to win. So P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam is one of the decks that I use in my duel, and the other would be Royal Hog's Earthquake. Now, if you don't have Archer Queen, the alternative would be Logbait. Both Logbait and Royal Hog's Earthquake have very little counters, and they're always really strong in single, double, and triple elixir. Using 2 out of these 3 decks, you should already be able to have won your duel. But if you go into a 3rd game, I mostly recommend going into Giant Graveyard. Giant Graveyard is a very strong deck, and this is the one I recommend using without a champion. Even with the champion, you don't need to use Skeleton King. I like this version just as much as any Skeleton King version. Giant Graveyard is a very strong deck, but is even better in double and triple elixir. Even saying that though, in single elixir, it's not a bad deck whatsoever. So this is the deck I would recommend you using your 3rd battle in the duel if you lose one of the first 2. But if not, I have this deck especially for sudden death battles, because in sudden death, all you need is 1 tower, and this deck takes a tower so fast. A giant gets down, a graveyard gets down, and you arrows on whatever they place to defend it, or a snowball, and you get the towers just like that. You can get a tower in literally 10 seconds with this deck, making it extremely good in sudden death. And for the last deck, which makes a lot of sense for what is going on right now, sudden death battles. Lumberloon Freeze is one of the strongest decks in the game in double and triple elixir, and put it in a sudden death battle, it is unstoppable. This is what I recommend to use as your 4th war deck for extra modes like triple elixir or sudden death or whatever it is. This is the deck to use. Your opponent spends a little bit of elixir on one side that won't take a tower, Lumberloon the other, freeze whatever they have on defense, and you win the game immediately in sudden death. Now if you don't want to use my exact 4 decks, that's understandable, but you have to always take this into account. When you're trying to make your 4 war decks, you have to split up your spells. Spells are the most common things in every deck. You always have certain spells in most of your decks. So you can't be using 4 different decks that normally use log. You have to split the decks that use different types of spells, and that's exactly how I made my 4 war decks. These 4 just work extremely well for me. They might not work perfect for you, but you can always change up your decks depending on what spells you have left. I highly recommend using 4 out of these 5 decks that I have recommended to you because I tend to get 900 medals every single day, which is the highest you can get. Oh, and in case you forgot, if you get 1st in Clan War, you automatically get a legendary, which is exactly why you should be trying your hardest to win every Clan War. I know this is a short video, but I needed to get this out because a lot of people have been asking me this exact question. Make sure to share this with your whole clan and make sure everyone has the best decks possible so you guys aren't losing any Clan Wars. Once again, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel and liked the video, because you are officially going to be an OG of one of the best gaming channels to ever come across YouTube. I'm so excited to have you all as a part of my YouTube journey, and I will see you guys in just a few days. Peace.